starting a little early today, which I like because sun's not out. Well, honestly, it doesn't even matter because it's cold outside. It's less traffic, less to focus on. Actually, more to focus on. Running for me is therapeutic. I feel like that's why I fell in love with it the first time. Now that I'm back at it again, I kind of remember how therapeutic it was. First meal of the day, we got eggs and egg whites, 3 strips of turkey bacon, INAKA Power whey protein mixed in with cinnamon and apple oatmeal. And then the coffee I made, I put it into this thing because I hate when my ice melts. I used to be so concerned with this app called MyFitnessPal. And I'm not gonna lie, the app was good. I mean, it definitely got me through, you know, all my competition preps and everything. My output in the gym kind of like covers what I eat. I'm not saying that I'm allowed to eat whatever the hell I want to and I won't get fat. But I'm mindful of what I eat. I essentially eat to fuel my body. So it is somewhat inconsistent, but I do have a good idea of what my body needs to look a certain way, only because I've been doing this for so long. So whether it's broken into a 4 or 5 meal day with some snacks in between, I have a good idea of what my body needs. So that just comes from doing it for so long, from doing this bodybuilding, fitness, lifestyle thing for so long. You know, when I feel like I'm, you know, a little too heavy and I need to lose weight, I know exactly what to do. I don't need to look at MyFitnessPal. I know exactly what I need to do. I'm saying this to say, as you get familiar with your body and your diet, and I guess consistency and just doing it over some time, you become familiar with like what it takes to look a certain way. All right, before I step out, I wanted to give y'all a quick little outfit of the day. Y'all are probably wondering, when is this jacket dropping? Because I think it's fly. I know some of y'all think it's fly. This jacket is actually dropping in February, which is next month. Oh shit, dropping a lot sooner than I expected. I thought y'all were gonna have to wait for this, I'm not gonna lie. So this is a raw ham jacket. Nice design. I don't think there's no design on the back. What I've been doing lately is, well, I've been doing it for a while, but I've been wanting to, I guess, wear a lot of the pre-released items or unreleased items that haven't dropped yet. And this is one item that I've really grown to like a lot. There's this hoodie, and then there's another hoodie that I wear that's dropping in February as well. It was in the last video you guys saw. and I got a lot of good comments for that one too. So this is another hoodie that's gonna be dropping in that same collection, and it has the same fit, same style. I love that it's like not, the one thing I love about these raw hem hoodies is that like, it doesn't really give you that full hoodie feel. It's acceptable even when it's like not that hot outside, or sorry, when it's not that cold outside. Like today it's not that cold, but I feel good wearing this because it's like not too like bulky and hot and like cozy and warm. Like it's just like a very, it's almost like a layer over a t-shirt. Under this I'm wearing an INAKA tank top from the Black Friday drop. I don't know if you can see it. Wearing an INAKA tank top from the Black Friday drop. INAKA worldwide hat, my favorite hat lately. INAKA jeans, and then I got the Gallery Department A6 collab. Something light, you know? Something light. I don't want to kill him too much today, you know? So I told you guys that this hoodie was dropping in February. This hoodie's gonna be dropping in February too, though. Yeah. Shit. So there's 2 drops in February. This is gonna be the first. This is gonna be the first drop in February. This is our sports themed collection. I love this hoodie so much. It's, you know, not basic, but it's just simple, and it has all these patches on the side. One of my favorite items from this next drop that's coming up. So we have this drop that's gonna be first. It's another one of my favorite items, and I think a lot of you guys will be happy to see the return of the OG IP. You know, we got a lot of mixed reviews from the IP Bolt, and one of the things we did in this, I guess you can say, we took the time to listen to our customers and see what they wanted and what they loved and what they favored, and we brought this back. I won't say it's going to be on everything, but you will be seeing more of this year in 2024 because it was just so loved by us and y'all. So this is obviously an NBA themed jacket. We have all the different logos, inspired logos. Green hoodie, there's gonna be this green hoodie. And then there's also gonna be a black hoodie too with the same concept. All right, so we're in Houston right now, about to continue shooting for the drop that we were shooting for in the UK. Many of y'all don't know this, but the first apartment that I started INAKA in was this apartment right here. Literally the first apartment. The apartment on the corner, actually, looking towards us, so you can see the balcony from here. This was the first apartment that I started INAKA in. So I always refer back to the 700 square feet or 600 square feet apartment. It was in there. Pretty crazy, right? That was 6 years ago. Almost 6 years ago, that INAKA was just thought of in that apartment. It's crazy. This is legit, bro. This is legit. This is crazy. Yeah. There's a series of questions that we ask you. You're answering it. Okay. That's for like future artists, right? Yeah. Potentially. Right now it's only 2. Does he like? Okay, cool. Yeah.
No one ever say right? They can literally say
things you do for a drop, man. Crazy. So fun fact, completely off topic. Ant's actually doing 75 hard.
But I think for me so far, I've done 8. This would be day 9. I think mentally, like that's what it is, like a mental challenge. Not really too much fitness, but like mentally, I'm just a lot more alert and just a lot more like, I don't know, it feels like I'm taking life a little bit more serious. Like just small tasks that just were so like, oh, I'll put off or I'll do whatever. Like just a lot more serious and a lot more cognizant of the time that I'm spending on things and like structuring my day and stuff. So it's been really fun. In the sense of like noticing myself. And then it's a lot easier too.
Yeah, you should have been having it on.
It's like a lot easier too now because I have Lex doing it with me as well. So yeah, it's fun.
Right, you're doing it too. Yeah, it's in there. Want me to give you your close too?
For those who don't know, what is 75 hard?
Yeah, so 75 hard is 2 workouts, so 2 45-minute workouts a day, and they have to be like 2 hours apart or something like that. So basically what I do, I'm also following Nick Bear's triathlon or like hybrid athlete thing. So run in the morning, work out in the afternoon is what I've been doing. You have to follow a diet. It's not necessarily like you have to be like counting your macros or like following a specific diet, whatever diet works for you. A gallon of water a day, 10 pages of a book minimum a day, and then 1 progress photo. I'm pretty sure that's all 5. Yeah, so it's pretty much those every single day. Oh, and no alcohol, so no alcohol as well. So yeah, follow all those things every single day, and yeah, that's 75 hard challenge.
So up probably the last shoot for basics. This is probably the smallest drop that we've done the most content for. You have to remember my last video was London, UK. We got a lot of UK based content as you guys have seen on our Instagram profile. And then we came back to the US and pretty much shot a whole drop rollout again for the same drop. And this is relatively, compared to our next drop that's coming up, this is a very, very tiny drop. So I feel good. I feel like we've essentially went balls to the wall with this drop, with content, revitalized ourselves from the shit that we did last year, started off the year strong, really great content, really great video content, photo content. YouTube is out, back popping. We got 2 creative leads, Lex and Ant kind of helping steer the ship. We got Vic behind the camera, we got Keegan, we got the whole team just dialed, making shit happen. Huge shout out to Johnny, Public Studio. If you're in Houston and you want a fucking fire ass tattoo, instantly, even though he's booked all the way to January 2025 because he's that great. Maybe if you reach out to me, I can hook you up, who knows. But huge shout out to Public Studios in Houston, Texas. Johnny Beaver is one of the greatest in Houston. I hosted a Q&A a couple of days ago, and I've been getting a lot of questions, and one of the main questions I got, and people are always intrigued by this, they always want to know how much I make, or how much INAKA makes, or how much INAKA is worth. And confidently say we're an 8-figure, a multiple 8-figure business. I don't know if that makes sense, but definitely an 8-figure business. A lot of explosion from 2019 to now. A lot of explosion that I wasn't even prepared for. A lot of explosion that, you know, kind kind of forced me to like take a step back and just kind of reassess at the moment 8-figure business. And when it comes to that, I kind of just want to like leave it at that. We're well over 50 million. I'll leave it at that. I don't even know if I want to keep that in there. I think we'll have to talk about that. But definitely a bigger company, no longer a smaller company. I was actually having this conversation with my CFO today. We're not a small company, but we're not a Gymshark, you know? So we're like, I guess you could say in between. We're definitely a bigger company than we were a couple of years ago, but we're not as big as a Gymshark or Aloe or whatever. So just because we're a 50 million plus company doesn't make that I'm making $50 million. That's not how it works. In business, there's something called profit. There's something called profit margin. There's something called overhead, payroll. There's something called inventory cost. There's something called marketing cost. There's a lot of costs that I've learned that comes with business. A lot of costs you're not even prepared for. A lot of costs that'll really make you think, shit, am I really making anything? And I think every business, if I can confidently say that, every business goes to a point where like you're not really sure where the money's going to. And this is a lot of moments like this is kind of when you first start. You're not really aware of like the people and the positions that you need to have in place at your company. So you're spending wildly and you're buying things, or you're spending money on different avenues within the company that don't necessarily need that much money. You're not keeping track of your expenses. And you come to a point where you realize, okay, like we're making this much, but this much is being spent. How do we fine tune this? So that's where a lot of people, I mean, for us, that was a couple of years ago, where you come in and you kind of just fine tune your expenses and what you're spending your money on. So when it comes to like my pay, my employees' pay, it's definitely reasonable, within reason. I essentially make enough to maintain my current lifestyle. None of it's overpaid or I guess overpaid is the best way to put it. You guys have seen the changes I've made in my recent videos, letting go of things that don't really serve me purpose anymore, only because I feel like I've outgrown that stage of my life where I felt like I was doing things to almost like validate my success and how long I've been doing this and how hard I've worked. I think no one really gives a fuck, and it truly only matters if I like it, if I really fuck with it. And for example, I had 5 vehicles that weren't being driven. The vehicles that were being driven was probably this one. Everything else just sat in the driveway. So my point there is that like I kind of just pay myself what is absolutely needed to like live my life. So I don't go off of how much money the company's making. I don't go off any of that stuff. I kind of just go off of what I need to meet my monthly end. So that's groceries, maybe casual dinners out, my mortgage, obviously the most important thing, car payments for 2 cars, and that's pretty much it. So I'm not gonna tell you guys the exact number. It's not really crazy though. I'm not saying that to say that it's really crazy, but it's actually not really crazy. People will be shocked. People will be shocked if I told them. Actually, you know what? Comment down below if you can guess what I pay myself monthly from payroll from INAKA. Anyways, I kind of wanted just to hop on that subject and kind of, hopefully that gives you guys a little bit of insight of what comes, how big INAKA is, how much we pay ourselves or how much I pay myself. And you know, obviously the overall video, what it is to be Mr. CEO. It's definitely not all glitter and shine. There's a lot of stress. Even just talking right now, I'm thinking about everything I have to do after this, and it's kind of tensing me up. Like my butthole's super tight. I'm clenching for my, like I'm just, you know, like when you're about to use the bathroom and you're trying to hold it, that's like my life 24/7, just clench, just super tight. All right, I'll see y'all in the next one.